Welcome to Unfiltered Talks with Shahnaz Mirza. Maintaining mental peace in such pressing times, given the current situation in the Middle East, is difficult. It's the 7th of March and the 8th day of the Iran-US-Israel war. No one expected this, but the current situation is indeed filled with uncertainty and unsurety. I believe it is essential to address the mental well-being of individuals, whether adults or children, especially parents who have little children in such testing times. With me is Dr. Misbah Mansha, a clinical psychologist and cognitive behavioral therapist. She's been working in the field of mental health for over 15 years now, with professional experience both in UK and Pakistan. Her work is focused on helping individuals manage conditions like depression, anxiety, trauma, and relationship difficulties using evidence-based cognitive behavioral therapies. Over the years, she's also worked in clinical settings, supervised fellow therapists, conducted group therapies, and also provided training and support for professionals and families. Welcome to the show, Dr. Misbah, and thank you so much for taking this up on such short notice. It's indeed very uncertain times, and staying calm and keeping that mental peace and balance may be a challenge. But I believe that our message today may help a lot of people maintain that peace and normalcy around themselves and their families. First of all, we'll take the concerns regarding adult mental well-being a little later. Let's jump straight into the emotional well-being of our children, which is very, very important, especially in such challenging situations. For children who are the age of 3 to 6 years, these are the children who have a lot of questions all the time. They always want to know what is happening, what are these sounds, what are these things in the air. If they've seen something blasting, they would want to know. How is it that we should respond to these questions?
Thank you, Shahnaz. It is really important, and it is the high time we need to connect with our children more.
Right.
I know we all are doing amazing job looking after our children, but just look at us. We are so worried.
Right.
Because there is a lot of uncertainty. So our children are worried exactly, rather double.
Sure.
So we really need to look after our children, and how we can do that. First of all, talk to them.
Okay.
Now, before talking to them, there are two things. We need to be calm and comfortable ourselves.
Yeah.
Because children are watching us more than listening to us.
Correct.
Okay. Then second thing is honesty.
Okay.
Give them information based on facts. But again, I would say choose your words very carefully according to their age.
Okay.
And give them limited information.
Okay.
Children, like the age range we're talking about, 3 to 6, they don't need to know all the details.
Right.
All they need to know is that they are safe.
Okay.
They need reassurance. So 3 important things. Number 1, don't assume. Ask them questions.
Okay.
Because you want to correct their information.
Correct.
You want to know what they already know, what their little minds are wondering about.
Okay.
So ask open-ended questions. Let's say, how do you feel? Okay. What makes you feel worried?
Okay.
Okay. What do you know already? Are your friends talking about something which is not making sense to you? Have you heard something or a word which you haven't heard before, and you're wondering and you have questions about it? Let's talk about those questions.
Perfect.
Give them eye-to-eye contact. Get down to their level. Hold their hand. Okay? Because children needs to feel that they are being taken serious, they are being understood, and they are being heard.
Got it.
Second, you want to validate their emotions. Right? It is okay to feel worried in this kind of situation.
Okay.
I also get scared when I hear the loud noises.
Right.
And then third thing you want to create, which is your main job as a parent for your children, is that giving them reassurance, giving them the protection, the safe space, that they are secure. You're there to protect them. Give them reassurance that yes, there is a loud noise, but I'm here. We're in this together. It is okay to feel worried.
Right.
Let's see what we can do about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
You want to name the emotion because lots of times children don't know what's happening to them.
Okay.
Right? So you can say that, oh, you seem worried. you feel scared. What is making you feel scared?
Okay.
Let's talk about it. Let's see how we can deal with this scare.
Okay.
What we can do to get out of this scary
Perfect.
feeling.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Tell them that there are a lot of adults working very hard on this situation to make it better. So you're giving them the positivity as well.
Okay, got it. So if they're asking you directly something like this to explain the situation, we can tell them to a certain extent that it's there are adults working and the situation will get into better. Is it okay to tell them it's a war-like situation or something like that, or can we move about this situation in a different way? Can we?
I would say try to avoid the words which are a bit harsh for them.
Okay. The bombing, the war.
The missiles.
No
the
need to tell them.
No graphic details. Limit the news in your house. Please don't let the news run in your household the whole time.
The whole day.
They're just going to create stress and misunderstanding, especially among
the
small children.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you're talking to each other, be careful what you're saying because they're picking the words of you.
Correct.
Okay. To my little girl, I've said that, you know what, when two friends don't agree on one thing or they're not happy on something, they are cross with each other.
Right.
And then when they are cross, there are different levels of it.
Right.
So the first level, maybe you don't speak to each other.
Right.
Or you don't go to each other's houses to play.
Correct.
But sometimes people are very, very cross.
Okay.
They want to fight with each other.
Perfect.
So this is what's happening right now. The countries are fighting with each other.
Got it. Okay. Very well explained. Perfect. Now we take this batch of children who are a little bit elder to this little one, say age 7 to 12. These are children who have social media. They know the situation. They have heard something they've seen, they've heard from their peers online, even from their neighbors who are playing in the compound. To what extent now should we be able to tell these children, correct the misinformation? Because for sure, boys of that age, 10, 12, oh yeah, I saw something is falling, it's a bomb, So where do the parents come in the picture now, and what is it that we can tell these group of children?
So like you're saying, they've got the information already. Our job is to correct that information because not all information is authentic.
Right.
Okay. Limit their social media.
Okay.
Try your best to limit as much as possible.
Got it.
Okay. Tell them, if you want to know about something, you come and ask me.
Perfect.
So I tell my 15-year-old son that please don't Google.
Right.
Google has generic information.
Right.
It's not individualized.
Right.
It's not authentic.
Right.
Yes, there are some channels which are authentic, and I know about them.
Right.
If you have questions, you come and ask me.
Got it.
So you talk to them instead of they get information from somewhere else.
Okay. Perfect.
And then again, you give them facts, but limited.
Okay.
Okay. And then you show them the positive side of it.
All right.
That there are people who are working on it.
Right.
Tell them how we can help in this kind of situation.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we're detaching the emotion from them, and we're looking at it as a problem.
Right.
Okay. Because you want to create an emotional stability in them.
Right.
Instead of panicking, instead of being fearful.
Right.
You want to give them a feeling that you're there to protect them.
Right.
Yes. And yes, this is a situation. It's a problem. We need to do something about it.
Correct.
Okay. Have an open-ended, discussion in your house.
Yeah.
Validate their emotions.
Correct.
Okay. And then again, tell them what we can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Distract them. Play with them. You know the jigsaw puzzles. That's a very good game nowadays.
Sit
do
together
that,
and
sit
do
together,
that. Perfect.
do that, have more of the family time together.
Perfect.
But at the same time, I would say keep the routine because the routine brings the emotional stability.
Correct.
So you don't want to say that, yes, we are working on it. But at the same time, you change the routine. That's going to give them, there's a mistrust between what you're saying and what we're doing.
Got it. Okay. So we move a little ahead now, and we have these 13, 14 plus to 18 who are almost adults, who almost know the entire situation as it is. Now for these besides keeping their mental well-being, it's also very necessary because they have all the information.
Yeah.
For them to keep themselves busy into something. And is there something that we can do with them, with these grown-ups, almost grown-up children, so that they are completely fine mentally as well, and keeping themselves active and busy?
Yeah, looking at the positive side, because what children are doing at this time is they're getting only one side of the story.
Information.
Telling them that the social media is not all authentic.
Correct.
So instead of following everybody or believing on every news,
Correct.
let's talk about it.
Right.
What is authentic?
Right.
Okay, and then ask them what we can do, because these
Right.
children likes to be involved, and they are
Right.
at this age where they can put suggestions.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
ask them what we can do in this situation,
Okay.
how we can make ourselves feel better. Okay,
Right.
they might have resources already they have learned from school to look after their emotional well-being. So ask them, okay, let's do that. Let's say breathing techniques, or let's say progressive muscle relaxation, or there is a imagery technique they can use.
Okay.
So they might have that already. Let's
Okay.
practice that. Practice with them.
Okay.
Play with them.
Okay.
Again, some games, some board games.
Yeah.
And then again, the positive actions, what we can take, charitable actions, how
Right.
we can help others.
Community around
Okay.
us, neighbors.
Yes,
Yeah.
and with these children, I would say prepare yourself and find out. I'm sure there'll be a lot of information on the Ministry of Interior and Defense website, that
Right.
what things are already in place to protect Qatar.
Perfect.
So show them that, look, this is already in place. So there are
Okay.
a lot of people who are working hard to make the situation better. And Qatar has taken these steps.
Right.
There are some social media influencers who are actually putting down very helpful messages for people.
Got it.
Sometimes I use this example with my teenage clients that, look, a coin always has two sides.
Two sides.
Or probability always comes in 50-50%.
Correct.
Our brains are wired to just look at the negative side. We forget about
Positive.
the whole other story of the
Right.
other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
yes, there is a war.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
the conflict is happening.
Yeah.
The action has been taken against
Right.
each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what are the positive sides?
Yeah, so to
Okay?
keep bringing that positivity time and again.
Exactly.
So we're not just focusing as humans on the negative. Perfect.
Yes.
Very well said. Okay. Now we move on to the adults. And with adults, we do realize that Qatar has not only people, expatriates living here with families, but there are those also living here alone, you know. So in such situations, we've seen how parents dealing with children, we've seen all that. Now for those who are alone, and being in this situation alone can be very daunting. So first of all, anything that they should be doing, any technique or any kind of method that they can, so when they're sitting at home alone and they're completely worried sick, they have nobody to even kind of talk to, what is it that they can do in that situation?
Talking is actually very, very helpful. Like I think I might have said in my previous sessions that thoughts, because our brain has positive thoughts and negative thoughts.
Correct.
Okay. But we're wired in a way that we look at negative thoughts
Negatives.
more, and negative thoughts gets more hold of us and create the emotion in ourselves.
Correct.
Okay? So you look at your thoughts. If you are worrying more, if you are having the negative thoughts, try and find somebody to talk to.
Okay.
Because when thoughts are up here in your mind, they have the different type of effect on your body. The intensity of emotion is more.
Correct.
When you talk to someone, it comes out, right? It changes the perspective. You start looking at it at a different way.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
And when the third degree is, you write it down. Okay. So first of all, try and find somebody to talk to.
Okay.
If that's not possible, and if
Okay.
you feel like you're not able to do that,
Right.
okay, write down your thoughts.
Okay.
Okay. Look at your thoughts and then compare them with the facts.
That is it really that bad, or is it, why am I
Is it
thinking
really
so
that
much?
bad?
Yeah.
Yes. Most of our negative thoughts, especially when there is an uncertain situation,
Okay.
is that I can't control it. Nothing good is happening. or the situation is going to get worse,
Okay.
then you look at it that what facts are. Are
Okay.
these just your negative thoughts you're believing on them?
Okay.
And then the $1 million question, believing on these thoughts,
It's going to
is
get
it
me
helpful?
anything? Yeah.
Is it helping you?
Right.
Because you need to detach your emotion from you and start looking at it as a problem to solve.
Right.
That is going to be helpful to you.
Right.
You're going to feel better.
Okay.
Whenever we have the situation which is not in our control, we need to see what is in our control. Our actions are in our control.
Got it.
What we can do is in our control.
Okay.
So yes, the situation is bad. You and me cannot make it better.
Right.
But we can see how we can make ourselves feel better. So we take better actions, we help others, and we help ourselves.
Perfect.
Okay. There's a lot of resources online. Go check them online.
Okay.
There is a website called CCI, Center for Clinical Intervention.
Okay.
They have put a lot of resources.
Okay.
Actually, they're quite good therapeutic resources. I
Okay.
use that all the time with my clients.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You can use them, read them,
Perfect.
inform yourself, read a lot about your emotions,
Okay.
and then use the techniques which work for you. Let's say we've talked about grounding technique, breathing techniques, progressive muscle relaxation is one of the
Okay.
techniques. I would say Google it.
Okay.
There is a proper way of doing progressive muscle relaxation, and that's
Okay.
there is a scientific backup to this relaxation exercise, that you feel better, you sleep better after this exercise.
Okay.
So let's talk about the grounding technique.
Okay.
That's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule.
Okay.
5 things you can see. Okay.
All right.
So let's say if you're sitting in the living room, you can look at the sofa, the decorations around. Okay?
Perfect. Okay.
4 things you can feel.
Right.
So maybe you can touch the cushion and see, is it rough? Is it nice? Or where
Right.
you're sitting, how comfortable is the seat?
Right.
Okay. Feel it.
Okay.
3 things you can hear.
Okay.
So maybe tick tick of the clock,
Right.
Or somebody speaking outside, okay, or music in the background, okay. 2 things you can smell. See if there is a cooking in the,
House
done
happening.
in the house. So can you smell that?
Right.
Okay. Sometimes you can go and smell something actually like a strong perfume or something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 things you can taste. So let's say sometimes I recommend them to go and taste something bitter or very sour, let's say lemon or salt. Okay. What this will do is this will again
One thing you can taste. at the end.
sorry, one thing you can taste.
So one final thing.
Yeah.
So with this, basically, for that moment, you're distracting yourself.
You're distracting yourself and you're bringing the emotional stability inside you, because what fear or worry does is it kickstarts the fight and flight system. So you want to bring that to a normal system, your emotional level to normal. So
Right.
this is distracting
Right.
and making you feel better at the same time. So
okay.
focus is changing.
Changing. Okay. So once you do this, the 5 grounding method that you just mentioned, using all your senses, you're in a better position or a little more regulated with your emotions.
You can think clearly, then you can move on to the next thing. That
to do
what
something
else I can do
after
to make
this.
me feel better.
Got it. Perfect.
So basically the rule of thumb is what actions we can take.
All right.
Okay? Because sitting down and getting wound up with those emotions is easy.
Yeah.
But then is that helpful?
Correct.
Is
It's
it
not.
helping you? Are you feeling good about it? No. If you're not, then and if you're not feeling good, you're not at a better place to help your children.
Absolutely.
So look after yourself so that you can look after your children.
Great. Okay. I believe with this we've come to the end of it. Thank you so much. You were able to wrap up everything in such a well-rounded manner. We pray and hope that situation returns to normalcy very soon. And we have complete faith in the leadership in Qatar and understand that they are surely doing their best to mediate the current situation and keep things under control. Nevertheless, still things remain unsure. Do take care of yourself and your loved ones and stay safe. You are watching Unfiltered Talks with Shahnaz Mirza. This is Shahnaz Mirza signing off. We will put up the link of Dr. Misbah's channel in the description below, and those who would like to can reach out to Dr. Misbah.